They do what the fuck they want. It's their land.
It wasn't their land until they sold it to whites.
Until the whites stole it off them.
Apparently, you're not aware of Jonas Bronk, who bought the Bronx from the Indian tribes here. Apparently, you're not aware of the Dutch who bought Manhattan from the Indian tribes here. And then they were attacked afterwards.
$24.
Actually, it was more than that.
So, hey, John, if you were saved by a black guy right now, would you thank him?
Or why not? Of course, saved by whatever the situation was. Sure, why not?
Would you like him? You wouldn't be racist to him?
I might like the guy personally, but as a race, no, I don't want to live among him and his kind. I don't want that.
It's just the color of a skin.
It's not a color of a skin. Stop that nonsense. It's your race. Race is far more than color of skin. It goes right down to your intellectual abilities, your emotional abilities, your capacity to feel empathy for other people.
There's crime everywhere. There's crime everywhere.
You ever heard the Human Genome Project, Mister?
It's a radio station.
You ever heard
Pandora
of the Human
Radio.
Genome Project?
They
could find genes for all kinds of individual traits. And certainly they could find genes that distinguish men from women, but they could not find a gene for race.
Oh, that's nonsense.
They could.
It sure is. It sure is. There has to be a gene.
That's not the case. How can you possibly say that when, in fact, there are different races? We can actually see it with our own eyes.
Well, it's because it happens at a smaller level, but there's not a whole gene that accounts for race.
You know what?
So that means the difference is insignificant.
That is absolutely not. If it's so insignificant, how come the black race has not advanced like the white race has, or the Asian race?
Where does a black man stop and an Arab start?
Well, they're two different people, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Where about? In Sudan, in Chad, where does the race start? In the race?
We're always going to have some mixing around those areas of the world and the border regions.
All right. Unbelievable. And whose borders are they? Man-made borders, right?
Well, everything is a man-made border when you're talking about nations, aren't you?
Nations are abstract concepts, John.
No, they're not abstract. That's Jewish propaganda. That really is Jewish propaganda. So you're saying that there's no such race, there's no such nation of Slavic peoples. There's no such thing. It never existed. They don't have different type of skull features, let's say, of the Western Europeans.
There is no such thing as a Slavic nation. There's no such thing as a Slavic nation.
A Slavic people there is.
There's an ethnic group.
It's called ethnic cleansing.
Admit that much. You're willing to admit that much?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'm willing to admit that ethnic groups exist and race groups exist. I just don't think it's a difference that makes a distinction. That's all.
It does make a distinction. How can you say that Europeans aren't like as different from, let's say, sub-Saharan Africans, as well? For lack of a better term, night and day.
Okay, tell me, how different are they? I mean, what is different to them?
Well, what have they achieved in their entire history?
You see, my friend, I'm a sub-Saharan person myself. I was born there.
Okay, are you black?
That doesn't matter. I want you to. That shouldn't make a difference. It shouldn't make a difference to the argument, should it?
Are you South African?
No, I'm not South African.
Are you a Brit living in Kenya?
It doesn't matter what I am. I want you to judge me on my argument and my logic and my discussion and my ideas, not on the way I look.
You're the one who brought this up. You're a sub-Saharan African. What's the point of saying something like that?
I wanted to. Jesus Christ. I want to see where your argument will stand.
Duos, they're Cheez-Its.
John's just pissed off because he's a Nazi. And he lives in America. He lives in America. I don't understand that shit.
Anonymous.
Right, John?
Anonymous.
Yeah.
Would you call Rain, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Here we go. Bring out your prayer books, guys.
Is that Brenda?
You're all messed up.
Hi, Smoking.
Hi. How are you?
John, we all love you, man. We're blacks, whites, and Mexicans in here right now. You must
John,
love us.
John, what's your last name, John?
Right on my board.
John's last name is Switch this guy.
I don't have the
The
computer,
following
right?
program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation. Viewers are...
What's your last
Right.
name?
Praise the Lord, Rain.
Last name is Lynch.
Lynch.
It's
Peter.
not. You, John
Bella.
Bella?
The following program deals with a controversial subject.
John said that John's mad
Break
because
up.
he said his friend was in that movie, The Kid with the Striped Pajamas.
Hey, Rain, you're
Right,
breaking
John?
up, man. Rain, are you there?
John,
Yeah.
did you hear me, John?
No, I didn't hear you.
Tell me your kid was in that movie, The Kid with the Striped Pajamas. Have you seen that movie?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Hey, I've got a question for you, John. John,
Peter.
are your parents of similar opinion to you?
Peter.
Well, I can't speak for my father. He's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay. But when he was alive, well, was he of similar opinion to you?
Probably not, because he wasn't privy to the knowledge that I have.
Okay. How are you, Rain? How's it going?
Good. I was just going to say, Peter passes to Moses, and Moses takes a shot, and Jesus saves. I thought you'd like that one.
Like a hockey team.
That's a Canadian atheist joke, eh?
Yes, but there's only one problem with that, man. There's no proof that Moses ever existed.
No.
That's okay. That's okay. We're taking it last try.
No. Actually, you know what, Peter? I did watch a show on TV where they have a tribe in Africa that are trying to prove their Judaism.
Yeah, that's in Ethiopia. It's in Ethiopia, isn't it?
Yeah, and what they did is they had it on 60 Minutes or 2020, but they don't eat pork and that, but they're black African tribesmen, and they don't even have a lot of the similar features you would see from somebody from Israel. But anyway, they've done DNA testing, and they found that they go back to one person, and that one person is supposed to be
Obama.
I believe that's supposed to be Moses, isn't it?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a pity because, Moses never got to Israel, did he? Never got to the Holy Land, did he?
No, but it is funny that now I think they have to accept them as Jews because they're going back